Hello. My favorite part. I love door locks. Now everything is so, you know, it's so nice when you hold the car and all the sides are so smooth. I really like it. Well, okay. Today we need to address this area first. But let me show you around the car first to see what we've got and where we need to go. So first, the doors. While we were offline, I allowed myself to design the door mechanism without you. I'm sorry, but I just had to do it. So basically, we have no door latch on the outside, so we reach inside and open it. So here we have our door lock. It's very simple actually. So what happens is that this cam piece here slides between these two lift arms. The lift arms open, allow it to pass, and then close. So the cam piece is now stuck on this side and cannot open it. I mean, it's a really simple mechanism. A spring, two gears, and it works amazingly well. See, you can even see what's happening. There we go. I don't think we can make a simpler mechanism than that. And if you want to open it, just reach inside, push this down, door opens. There we go. It's not gonna open by itself. And that's it. Nothing more to it. And I think that's the mechanism that we are going to use for the hood latch and the trunk lid as well. Okay, so here I made a mock-up of a rear. The rear. The rear is, I mean, nothing here is really attached. This is just, I was playing around, just wanted to see how it looks like. We need to redo this entirely. So the trunk lid has this simple hinges here, but we don't want that. We want proper trunk hinges. We want a mechanism that will hold the trunk open. We want a lock here, because if we don't have a lock, watch what happens here. Well, we don't want this to happen. So, you know, that's again something that we need to address. I'm not sure if I'm happy about the number plates around. Um, the um, the rear lights need to come a little bit closer together. Yeah, the exhaust tips are nice. I like them, but yeah, you know, they're probably staying. This I don't know, probably staying, but not sure. It's a little bit too big for me, but maybe we don't have another choice. So somewhere here, we need to design a mechanism to unlock the trunk. Probably, I would suggest that we make a mechanism that is hidden underneath here, so that when you unlock the trunk, you don't have to press anything here, because behind this here will be the mechanism. So we would have something that we reach underneath and just press, I don't know, somewhere something, and then it unlocks. That would be my idea. Okay, then the next thing, that's the elephant in the room, is the C pillar. Um, there's many options that we could do, uh, but the first one that I would want to explore is we are going to redesign this bit so that it's not there in this form, um, and so that we can have the C pillar go inside, so under the fender line, so it basically it not disappears, but it will go, it will transition here much smoother. This will make all of this look much better. So that's the first thing that we need to do. Hey Kevin, do you want to see the door? The door lock? Of course you want to see the door lock. So again, let's revisit the door. Oh, come on. Or you can just, you know. What? You cannot see anything? Hmm. Just nothing. You see a black screen or what? I don't know. I cannot help you, I guess. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I think. Okay. So, let's tear this apart and try to re-engineer this part first. And then we can re-engineer the C pillar. And after we're done with this, we move on to the trunk. Okay. Okay. So I think we also need to remove many other things. Okay. Yeah, I think the C pillar needs to go as well. The entirety of the C pillar needs to go. Okay. There we go. This guy also. Okay, now this is the heart of the problem. So basically what we want this entire thing gone. We don't want this. What? This video is restricted. I don't know. It's not restricted. I don't know why it would be restricted. Maybe because it's not marked for children. Because I'm doing some swearing and stuff like that, and we sometimes get political. It's and you have I don't know, your age is probably, I don't know, marked as under 13. Maybe that's why it's restricted. I don't know. That's the only explanation I can give you. Other than that, I have no idea. Okay, so this might be easier. This might be easier than anticipated. So what we have under here is an L lift arm. And we want these two basically to connect down. Okay, so we want this gone. Okay, and we want these two to connect down. Now let's see, what can we do here? What can we do? We cannot make this longer because then it's going to interfere with the wheel here. And we cannot move this point. What can we do here? So what we can do is support this guy here in a different way, I guess. This one needs to stay. So these here. Wait a minute, where is this on the other side? So okay, so it's one stud. So it's like this. Okay, let's leave this here. Okay. So we need these two to connect here. We could have two stud lift arms here. Interesting. Such a tight space to design stuff. We cannot move the frame. And there's no point and no we cannot use this. But so we need 1, 2. These two need to be open for them. Yeah. What to do? Because even if this guy isn't here, I don't see how to connect these two downwards, because we need two slots. The only way we could do this, yeah, but we cannot, because we need both these slots as well for to connect this. Okay. Okay. We can do. Can perhaps do a combination. A combination. We need one round one. That's gonna connect to this hole, and then we need another one that's going to connect to this hole, and this is going to support this one. Okay, so bear with me here. Okay. Okay. So we take this one out, replace it this guy, and then this one could be connected like this. There. So now we can connect them here. Exactly like that. That's the position, the same position that it was. And now we don't have anything here. This solved, we have to revert back to the original problem, how to support this. Now, there's many ways. We don't need to go all the way here. We just need to, we need to prevent this from moving somehow. Of course, if we do this, then we need to mount this guy to the frame in a different way as well, because now this is moving and we don't want that. So what are our options actually? So this lift arm here can go in front of these. So we are going to use different pins here, of course. So this is going to connect to this and this. And now we have what? The option here. We can use two of these, but I don't know if this is going to be strong. Is this going to be strong enough? I don't know. Let's try it. Your guess is as good as mine. So I mean, I'm sorry, Kevin, that you cannot access my stream, but there's nothing I can do. Come on. Oh, why don't you just... There we go. Okay. And now this guy. Now we need two of these. Let's see this. By the way, there was a question asked about my dog. My dog was 14 years old when he died. That's a very 14 and a half years. That's a very respectable age for a Labrador, I think. Okay, now let's test this. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. No. What do you mean? Fake Lego pneumatic engine out of fake Lego engine parts? No, that's not gonna drive anything. As of right now, I'm not gonna buy a new dog. Right now, that's not on the cards. Okay, so that's quite a problem because here we have a very important connection in the car, and it's not looking good. So we need to connect this shit somehow. Let me think. Well, there is a part that could connect this in a satisfactory way. Maybe. Maybe not. No, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. That's a tricky one. Really tricky. I think I need a sip of tea. Okay. So we cannot move this. I mean, we basically cannot move these two, otherwise they cannot connect to anything. We could move this guy more to the front, but again, I don't want to because then the rear seating area is going to be compromised, which it kind of already is, or maybe not. No, on the edge. On the edge. Um, so we need to come up with some ingenious solution for here. That's not gonna. Oh, Jesus. It's tricky. Oh my god. I mean, so far, that's the trickiest problem that we have. Let me show you. Okay, so basically we have this guy here. We have the frame here. And we need to connect this to the rest of the car in a way that it is not allowing it to get away, or you know. And yeah, I mean, the only other way I could think of would be if we basically extend it and mount it somewhere here. But then the problem is that we would compromise the slope coming up. No, I don't know. There's, the problem is that we are mounting. You see, we're mounting the C pillar. The C pillar socket here is gonna mount into this ball joint here, like this. See, and since it's angled, I cannot put anything here behind. That's the issue. I mean, the solution that we have before was perfect until it wasn't, of course. Hmm. If only I could replace these two with something that would somehow support then these, but would not go beyond this and wouldn't be occupying this space. I mean, the easiest solution would be if we basically, if we I don't know, if we, you know, we could, the problem is this making contact with the wheel. What we could do is add two things. First, bump stops to the rear springs. Second, what we probably will end up with, raising the rear suspension by a little bit. So what I will do at this point, because that's honestly really the only sensible solution to this problem, I'm going to extend this across. So there will be no space for the wheel. I mean, it's really a tiny little bit. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, this can still see it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still not sure if I should do it, but I guess that's the only way. So basically, we raise the rear suspension height a little bit, and this way we don't the wheel is not going to make contact here with the rail. That's probably the best way to go here. Otherwise, this is unsolvable in this way, I think. So basically, we would extend this across. Simple as that. So now let's see what needs to happen here to make this work. To make this work simpler than it is, of course. I want it to be as simple as possible and as strong as possible. So, what needs to happen here? We need to tie this one to there as well, and this one here. So these two guys can go. These two guys can go. And okay, even simpler. Okay, so what we need to do here is just this and this. Exactly. So we're going to have a piece like this. Yep. And then this can go away in its entirety. Who is Dominic Thiem? Okay, and then I'm gonna use, let's see. So for this here, okay, we're gonna use the longer one because exactly here. No, wait. Okay. We have to use this. We need to use a longer lift arm here. So 1, 2, 3, 1 empty, and then this guy. And then we can have it like this, right here and here. Okay, because we're gonna have this guy here. This guy connects to the frame here. And this guy is gonna connect to the frame here. Here. Okay. And this guy needs to be shorter. By how much? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It needs to be a 7. So we need this. If I would be interested in tennis, then maybe, but I have absolutely zero interest in tennis. So that would explain it, I guess. Okay. So then we can make this part, but not simpler. We can make it more interesting. So we use this guy here. We said we need this guy can be a 7. Okay. So these meet here, and then we have it needs to extend to the rear. But how much? Okay, so here it needs to extend. Let me see, 1, 4, 3. So another 7 studs. It needs to extend to the rear. Another 7 studs, but now we need to mount this more firm than it is mounted here. Okay, let's connect the things that we know first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the pins. These go in for sure. That's certain. Okay. Now this. And these. Okay. So, David, that would make you a tennis fan, I guess. So, okay, that looks nice and clean. Let's change this. Yeah, I heard of Feather, yeah. Okay, so anyway, we need to raise the rear suspension because the rear wheel is actually getting too low. So it's, you know, uh, but okay, so that's settled. That's settled. We're gonna raise the rear suspension a little bit. There's two ways that we can do this, but first we're going to modify all of this before we bother with this, because the suspension, raising the suspension is completely independent of any other things regarding the car. Thankfully, that's why we designed it like this, exactly, so that it's so modular that we can adjust the suspension independently of the rest of the body. So what we need here in the rear is now a little frame that's gonna support our this part, because this part is then gonna kind of combine the trunk together, and it where is it now? Yeah, the trunk together. And if we look at the other side, we have here the support of the C pillar and the support for the rear part of the quarter. So this guy is definitely needed. Well, thankfully, we designed it like this from the get-go because we wanted to do this. So, it's intentionally modular. Okay, so I guess we are going to modify this bracket that we made here before to somehow support this guy. This should not be too difficult, I think. We can do this like how? So if we have this guy here like that, and then we have what, 1 2 3, yeah, we have this support bracket needs to be here like this. Okay, so we can support it anywhere in between, preferably somewhere here at the end, and we would like it to be here like one with the rest, so it would flex as little as possible. Okay. One positive thing, one more positive thing about this is that now we have even less stuff here, because before we had the lift arm here. Now it's gone. So there's even more room for the C-pillar and everything else, which is good. The cleaner, the better. Okay. Okay. You know, I'm always thinking with brackets. No, there's no room for this. You know, preferably I would mount this somehow further down the road and here. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, what if we extend this a little bit, like so. Like so, and we have a very convenient spot here where we can just pop in a 2-stud lift arm. That's not bothering anyone, and lo and behold, this is fixed. Now I would really love to fix it to this as well, just, you know, for the sake of being consistent, and this is luckily not a problem. So again, I'm doing everything off camera, silly me. Okay, so we would use this and this, so like this. Since everything here is again modular, I actually haven't pinned any of this down because it's just temporary. There we go, we see. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Now we can put back this and our friend here. Okay, so this is now much cleaner and less messy than it was before. I really like it. And it's, oh my god, yeah. See, if I support the car on that side and this side, this is stronger. I mean, it feels stronger despite there being an A pillar still attached, C pillar still attached on the other side. So yeah, this is great. Now let's put back the well, no, let's not. Let's see about what about our beloved C pillar. So we previously had this cut out here, which looked very nasty, simply because we had stuff here that this had to go around. So now we don't have any of that stuff anymore, and I guess we can come on, we can design this a little bit cleaner. So perfect. So this guy can now be, well, can be 2 studs longer. Yeah. This guy can be longer, of course. This guy can everybody here can be longer. Simply because we removed the obstruction here. And in the extreme case, we can also make the frame black. I even have a few black frames left. So yeah. So everybody here can be basically 9 studs long. Let's do this and then see if that's it, or we have more scope for improvement. We certainly have. There is certainly, after we convert this to 9 studs, there will be suddenly other options, other things that we can improve. Okay. So we changed to what? Okay, yeah, we changed you. Now we need to change you and you. So 1, 2, 3. How many do they need to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 lift arms. Okay. Fine. And oh god, everything is always happening off camera. We are probably going to completely redesign this last bit, but first I want to see how everything else looks. Then we're gonna bother with this. Okay. Come on. Okay. This is done. Let's put it in and see if everything fits, how everything fits, and so on. Okay, what the fuck? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something's not right. Where did I go wrong? Ah, okay. Found it. These need to be further down the line. So, now this should fit. And it fits. Hoorah! Okay. So, more scope for improvement. This is still has room, so we don't need to worry about this guy, because this guy is covered completely with by the panel. But now we still have holes here, and of course here. This needs to be probably 2 studs longer. Can it be? Can it be? No, it cannot. I don't know. I mean, who knows? When it's done, I guess it's probably comparable in weight to the Land Rover or something like that. So, very annoying gaps. I really don't like the gaps, but at the end of the day, this looks better than before. But we need to fill in this somehow. I would really like. I mean, the lift arms are good if they are one piece like that. But as soon as I do this, so put 2 lift arms together, doesn't look good anymore. So something needs to happen here. Something needs to happen. Okay, this can be longer. This can be longer without problems. And then we're gonna see. And we're gonna see how we're gonna fix that. God damn it. Oh, okay. Which one? I already forgot which one needs to be longer. This one, yeah, okay. So this one, how long can it be? This one can, no, wait. This can be longer, yeah. This can be longer, and then we're going to, this can be 1 stud. Oh god, okay. Let's just make this one longer before I completely lose the plot. Too many possibilities. Okay, now let's install the panels, because I really want to see how it actually looks now. Yeah, of course you motherfucker had to get out. Come on. There you go. And we still have the other side to compare to, which we will. Just so we know that we actually made things better, not worse. Okay. So. Now, which one do you like more? This side. Bear in mind, it's still not finished, but this side. Or this side. I know which one I like more. And it's not this side. This looks way, way, way better. Way better. Much better. It's not perfect, of course. Not by far. But looks better. But perfectly, we would have, we would have a smooth transition here. Oh. No. Now the other question is how to, like this, for example. But I don't know. Disregard this guy. Disregard him. I'm not sure. I guess it's better than nothing. I would prefer it if it would extend. If it would extend here. Maybe we can. Come on. We can just mount it one stud lower. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Not that bad. Not that bad. Not perfect. Not perfect, but I guess it'll have to do. It'll have to do. I mean, it's really hard to model this. There's gaps here and there. I mean, you cannot make it perfect. And the gap here, where the gray one is, well, we're gonna put a black frame in here to see how it looks. There's no other way. Let's put a black frame here and see how it looks. it's never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be 100% perfect. So that's, we can forget that this right away. That's just not gonna happen. And as sooner as we get this out of our heads, that it's gonna be, it must be, oh, perfect, whatever. No, it's not gonna happen. Perfect is not even what we are aiming here for. We are aiming for good enough. You know, good enough for the girls I go out with. If it satisfies this demand, then it's fine. Oh. Okay. So I suspect that the gap, now that we are going to have the black frame here, it's going to be much less noticeable. And really, to be honest, that's what we're aiming for, that it's less noticeable. That's probably the best we can hope for. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but if you ask me, that's exactly what we've achieved. So now that we used a black frame here, it's less noticeable. It's gonna be even less noticeable once we put a black lift arm behind it. Let me just do it. I don't know. There's no sensible, really sensible way of doing it, but just other than just, I don't know, placing it here, which looks silly, to be honest. Looks silly. We could use, I suppose, we could use a two-stud lift arm, you know, to extend it and stuff like that. But that's not gonna look good. Never. It looks good only if I place it here. Other than that, you know, something can go here probably. Let's try it. There's basically two more things that I can do, and then I'm really prepared to call it a day for this, because realistically, I don't think we can make it look much better. Not a lot. But I mean, we want to prevent this from happening. So we need to re-engineer this somehow. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, all suggestions are welcome. I mean, there's no dumb suggestions. It's just that some work, some don't, you know. Okay. So I would like this. See, I would like this to not happen somehow. But I think this is futile. We cannot suppress this. It was like this before. Or was it? Yeah. Was like this before. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. What I'm going to do and what I want to do here is I want to add another black lift arm here in the back, because that black lift arm, when you peek in from the side, it will block the view and it will not allow the light to shine through. I'm not sure about the black tile. I don't know. I mean, we could improve this section here, but I think what we should do, yes, that's what we should do. That's absolutely what we should do. Of course. Of course. Absolutely. Why didn't I think about this before? Okay, so let me explain. I was wondering why this is not actually sloped more inwards here. Well, this is why, because this was too far out. So we need to re-engineer the support for this. Okay, but now that we know how far out it needs to be, suddenly there's more room here for something. You know, maybe this idea gets new life. If would it be a good idea to maybe, I don't know, have just an axle here. Just thinking aloud, just to somehow bridge this gap, but it's a really difficult gap to bridge, to be honest. I mean, our friend here, like this, doesn't fit in. Half a stud would fit in, but I don't see it actually working. I mean, what would it do? I don't know. Let's put the rear section in and see what the gap here is. Well, I buy Lego parts where every sensible person buys Lego parts, at Bricklink. So there is some scope for something here. I think we could squeeze. If we omit this guy, we can squeeze a lift arm in here. Yes, we can do that. And of course, we need to take everything out again. So when you get the instructions for the finished car, remember how many times this had to be taken in and out before it was satisfactory, not perfect, satisfactory. Okay. Okay, I know what we're going to do here. I think it will work. But first this. You can leave the front one out. Okay, just want this and just here. Okay, we need to install this one as well. Okay. So here we have room for how much? How much can we squeeze in here? Well, not this guy, but I guess if we use plates, we use some plates. Does the Lego charger have some plates? Some smooth plates, smooth tiles. Yeah, it does. It does. Maybe just enough for us. Maybe just enough. So it has a 6 tile. Come on. So maybe a 6 dot tile in here. No? No. Car says no. Come on, car. Say yes. What would it take for you to say yes? Hmm. Um. Well, I'm thinking. If I put this guy here, a 2-stud lift arm here, and then I don't know how much room do we have. 2-stud here. Let's try this. You know, just for shits and giggles, without expectation, or let's say with low expectations. Okay, see it like this, and put it in like that. It doesn't look bad. I mean, doesn't look bad. Could we go perhaps a little further? We could. We could perhaps squeeze it in a little bit more. Okay, that's probably a little bit too much. Yeah, because now we have put it on properly, there's not enough room. Okay. Okay. But we have perhaps more room here. Okay. That looks better. Yes. I'm not entirely convinced, but it certainly looks better than nothing in here. So if it was just, you know, a bare hole. Hmm. Oh God, cat wants attention. What? Hmm? Which? Hmm? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, no. Go. Go. Oh, the cat. Smooth black pins. Yeah, ripped hose. The good thing about the ripped hose is that it can be squeezed into places that the black connectors cannot. That's that's the good part. And for the connectors, we cannot have as many. You know, I could have something like this and maybe one more. Half one. this is going to work. Holy shit. Okay, maybe this is going to work. I shit you not. Okay. How about that? I think this is the best we can do. It's kinda, if you stroke it here like that, it's kinda good. So, I guess. Just keep in mind that this needs to be black, the hose. This needs to be black. I don't have a black one like this. So, yeah. Yeah, it looks better than ripped hose. Absolutely. I agree. I do have a black three length pin. Many of them, but I'm intentionally putting blue ones in because the person who's going to do the instructions will want the pins to be blue, because otherwise you won't be able to tell which pins are three stud long, and which ones are two stud long, if you know what I mean. So the car is gonna be rebuilt anyway, at least once, to fix a few minor issues, to make instructions and everything. And at that point, I'm going to change the blue pins to black ones. At least the three stud longs, the ones that have an axle connector on one side. I don't have any of those in black, sadly. Lego does not produce black pneumatic tube. The pneumatic tubes that Lego makes are basically dark bluish gray. They're not black, so they are useless. Okay, so now let's compare. Okay, now let's compare the two sides. And I think the other side is gonna look extremely ugly now. Okay, so this is our good side, now being relatively smooth, not too bad. Keep this in mind. And now we switch to the other side. And I think we have done a tremendous job in making this smoother. Really, I mean, the difference between the sides is enormous. The other side is much, much, much better. Of course, now that this side has been done, let's see. Just checking. Ah, okay, the trunk shape needs to be revised. And we need to fill in See, we need to fill in this gap as well. That's why I made the trunk, not because I want to keep it or anything, but just to see what kind of shapes we are dealing with here. And I'm gonna recreate the hinges so I can reattach the trunk. What vintage are your pneumatic tubes? That's another important question. How new are they? I have not bought any new pneumatic sets lately, so I would not know. The newest pneumatic set I have is the Mercedes-Benz Arox, and that one had tubes that looked more like dark bluish gray, more than black. Yeah, the very old sets had black tubes. That's true. But all of the rubber of those black tubes is hard as rock by now. I still have some. And good luck getting new ones. So, okay. So we need to revise this. Let's say it's a 7 instead of a 9. Okay. This could fly. It clears. Okay, what do we need here? So in here we need to make this longer, yes. So it covers this part. Okay, well, let's see. I had the Unimog as well. You would be right. Indeed. Black tubing. True. Because what I had in mind was this. See the difference? So indeed, it looks like the new tubing is black. Yeah. And of course the gray ones, the blue ones, I don't know. Oh, I still have, look. Here you are. These hide here. Okay. Well, it does have to be new because of the fact that I want everything to be buildable by other people. You know, so everything that we are using in the charger must be available on Bricklink. If it's not available on Bricklink, it's not important. I'm not gonna use it. Yeah, still have some air tanks. Okay. Okay. Not that bad. So, before we are happy, see, we have fixed this gap reasonably well. I'm happy with it, let's say. But now we're moving down the side, and we have some gaps that don't look very pretty here. Some of them we can fix, some of them we can't. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I mean, I was thinking that we could have, something like this in here, but nah. I'd rather not have things that are not Technic. I would prefer if we can make this work with Technic parts only. And the non-Technic parts are really for lights and, stuff like that. Small bits. So definitely we can. What we can we? Can we have something here? We could have something here. Oh my god, I need to rubber arms in order to fit it here. Okay. Okay. We at least don't see the floor anymore. But then we move along and want to see a smoother curve here. Ideally, this guy would be one stud shorter. Then we could use another 6 stud here, but we can't. So let's use this. And this guy just for now. Okay, that's slightly better. What if we can get away with this? What if we can? Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, but we can't. We just can't. Angry. So we have a gap here. Not exactly a gap that we can live with because it's too large. But what can we do? What can we do? First, we can do this, I guess. Can we? No, we can't. But we may be able to use bricks at all. After all, let me see. Let me see. We could have what? This was a 3 stud. This could be maybe. Maybe. That's pushing it. That's pushing it. Okay. This. Okay, this goes. This is okay. Okay. What about now? What about this gap? Oh, okay. Doesn't go. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable using the bricks here. I mean, in the end, there's, I guess, no way around it. Just one. Just one. Okay. It's well, it's not smooth. I guess it's livable. You know, one could live with it. Yeah, I completely agree that the square corners don't look good. Um, and we're gonna omit them. We're gonna use something else. First, I need a sip of tea. So I would love to put in here a thin 3-stud lift arm. Uh, Only how? Has to be a 3-stud. What the? Oh, okay. What's that? Forgot about that. Course. Of course I would forget. Mm. Okay. what do we put in here? What would fit? What would fit? You mean here? What panel would you fit in here? This is the smallest one and it doesn't fit even remotely. Especially because of its shape. Its shape is completely unsuitable. Why? What the fuck? Where is it hitting anything? Ah, here. Okay, down below. Okay, actually this doesn't look bad, but the problem is that no matter how we fix it, it'll look crap because it's not in the same plane as the trunk. But one way that what we could do it is that this is not part of the trunk; it's part of the structure. That's that's one way. So we make this guy shorter. No, 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 no. Wait, wait. Let's not be so hasty. It's a good idea. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Sander is up to something. Onto something. Sorry. Um, let me show you. No, no, no. This panel will fit. Just in maybe a different way. So instead of fixing it to the trunk, I would try to maybe fix it to the body of the car. You know, somehow. I don't know how, but you know, we can always re-engineer some stuff here. Um, guess, you know, if mm, Oh, come on. Do I even have one? A small one? Not in black. I don't have one in black, I guess. Only blue ones. Only blue ones. This blue one could work here. The blue one could work here. I mean, the blue one. No. So I would need to order one more. Well, I mean, one more. More of these. I have only two. So this one, I mean, only one in this shape. So I have two black ones. So this one and the one on the other side, and they are the only ones. And this guy could work here very nicely. And then, you know, we make something up here. And if we design this a little bit differently and make the C-pillar end not here where it ends now, but we design somehow we make it fit somewhere in here. So we turn this around, mount the ball joint somewhere below. This could be it, and this is what we should do, because the ball joint here, you know, the way it stretches to the back, I don't know, I don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of this mounting point. So let's do it. Let's redesign this mounting point, and if when we do that, this is going to give us a lot more opportunities to make things cleaner here, if you know what I mean. So this guy would be here like that. I guess, yeah. I just need to see. Yeah. So we need the God, it's so crappy. Okay, we need this shape here needs to continue until this point at least. Let's check on the other side. Yeah. So it has to continue until this point, because this is still visible when the bodywork disappears. So after this point, we don't need any of that, but we have to make a mounting point somewhere here. I don't know. So let's see about that. I remove this just so we have visuals on it. Yeah, so you see, now we need to, I don't know, go with this like 90 degrees down and make the mounting point for it somewhere here, I guess. So instead of this, we would use a mounting point a bit lower. Maybe not that low. Now it's going to be difficult to see. Let's see if we can make it work regardless. About where the C pillar ends. Yeah. See, thing is, you need to look at it from the side. It's difficult to show, but yeah, I will do my best. I think the C pillar ends exactly where it needs to. But I'll show you what I mean and you'll be the judge. Okay, so take a look at the screen. See where the C pillar ends in the real car. And we are interested only, we're interested in this point here. In this point where the C pillar meets the bodywork. That's the important bit. And now when we go down, and if you compare this point to the point on the screen, it's about where it needs to be. See? Yes, we had the C pillar attached. We have it attached here further back, but this is all hidden, or should be. So we do need to end it here in any case. I wanted to use this part. So we're gonna try to use this and see if we have the opportunity to mount it somewhere down there. Yeah, on this side, this gives a false impression. This is not what we see from the side. This is just the internal mounting point. I'm talking about the internal mounting point now. And the internal mounting point on this side. Oh god, this is so difficult to show you. Oh god. What about this? What if I do this? No, this doesn't work. No. So much intricate work. Designing Lego models is not easy. Okay. This. Okay. Let's see. We have some wiggle room. Now the good part is that you see the good part is that this all moves a little bit. It can wiggle. So there's no 100% right solution to this. But this is our mounting point, if you like it or not. This is our mounting point, I guess. Or is it? Is it? It could be. It could be our mounting point. This is right. The rest we can wiggle about a little bit. Let's say, because everything is slightly flexible, this could be the mounting point, yeah. Which is nice. So yeah, the you know, the trunk lid that we have right now is not really our trunk lid. What it is a template uh, to see where the gaps are. Nothing else. The real trunk lid is coming. I know the real trunk lid starts, I don't know, here somewhere. You know, that's it starts. The real trunk lid starts here, not here. But that's behind beside the point right now. So see the mounting point for our C pillar can be here. I just mock up very really quick a support bracket. Since this is a work in progress, of course, everything on the car as it is well, constantly in movement. We are constantly trying things. Nothing of this is final, even though it may look final. It's not. We you know, at the last point we could change something major. I have no idea. Who knows what will be necessary to change. Until I say the car is done, or we say the car is done, everything can change. Okay. So that would be the mounting point for our C pillar in the trunk. Yep, and because of that detail, you have to re-engineer everything else. That's how it works. So this is much better than this. Much better. Look at how much room we gained. And the C-pillar ends in the correct position as well. I can now reinstall this. Okay. Great. And of course it's super stable. C-pillar is, as I said before, it's load-bearing member of the chassis, so that's why it needs to be mounted. We are going to also mount it on the inside, just like here, but that's not important right now because we're going to take it off probably a few times. So yeah, this side is far superior now than the other side. And now let's remount everything that we took off and see how we can adjust the gaps now. Maybe now we have a better fighting chance. Better fighting chance of closing those gaps. Okay. Now let's see about the trunk lid. I mean, our prototype of a trunk lid. Okay. Ideally, the trunk lid would be just square, because that's how it's on the rear car. Let's ignore the slight angle that it has. That's not important for us. Okay, really nice. See, this fits much better than the other side. Very good, very good. I'm happy with that. So the trunk lid is going to be able to be completely square. Let's maybe take this off. I am going to install a single 3-stud lift arm here. Just, come on, just so that we have the edge of the trunk. So now we have to fill in this gap. So this gap on the rear car is part of the body. So in the rear car, for example, there's one option that we have to maybe fill something here a little bit better. Coincidentally, the fuel filler cap in the charger is exactly here. I mean, exactly, you know, it's here basically, but we cannot mount anything to the smooth panels, so we could engineer a fuel filler cap here to maybe hide the gap here. Okay, but now let's return to our friend here that we wanted to install previously. And let's see what's happening. Okay. Okay. This is all well and good, but I wish this wasn't here. And if I extend, if I use, instead of this, if I use this, I'm afraid that the trunk is not gonna be able to close anymore the way we have it now. Let's test it before we disassemble too much. So I'm just gonna put this lift arm here to mimic. Yeah, doesn't close. I so wish this wasn't here. Here we can do something like this. Let's see. Oh, this looks much better. Look at that. Look at that. That's smooth. Smooth. Very nice. That's now we need to only fill in this hole, because see, this panel and this lift arm fill in this gap pretty nicely. So we have the, basically this is still part of the bodywork, and the trunk lid is completely square as it should be, and we need to find a method to just fill in this gap here. It shouldn't be that difficult. Let's see. Let's see. What are the options here? Yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad. It's never gonna be perfect, as we said. Never gonna be perfect. But we can try. Okay. Before we do anything, I would like to find a way to attach this somehow permanently. And this will be a problem because there's no way to attach it, because this is here. If this guy wasn't here like this, oh god, engineering. So let's see. Let's see what the situation here is and why we cannot move it, and what we could do to do so. Okay. So our situation here is the following. We have this guy that mounts like this. Okay. So this is our situation. And we want to get rid of this ear here, but we do not want to add anything here. We do not want anything here. And we want this to be in place like this. Okay, yeah. It's gonna be like this. So we remove this. We add this. This. And voila. There we go. Problem solved. Now I don't like this I don't like it. I don't like it. Of course, and we can change it. Why did I not think about this before? It's gonna be even better. There we go. Now it's black, where it matters. Because the brown axle was really an eyesore. Okay. So now we can mount something to this. Okay. The axle hole, no, it ends because the panel is so small. So this part here would be hinged probably here on the side of the trunk, and this is gonna be mounted here. How? Well, it can be since we need this anyway, imagine this being black. Okay, just imagine it. It's not at the moment, but it will be. Okay, but this is not, this is in the middle, it's not right on it. This is a bit, well, not worrying, but annoying. Because this means that we cannot mount this. So we can mount what? We can mount it like this, perhaps. Yeah. This is then a little bit, it's not in line with the body quite so much as we like it. But then, you know, if it's flush with the body and with the trunk eventually, then it's not what? What am I missing? This didn't happen before. Why is this? Why is this suddenly? Why is this suddenly bumping into this guy? It didn't happen before. My God. Fine. Okay. Yeah. See? Then it's like this. If we want it to be flush, so on this side, flush with the trunk, and like this. Only way we can get around this is if we make this part of the trunk. This would solve problems. So like this. I know it's not like the real car, but I don't know. We can have a slightly bigger trunk opening than in the real car, I guess. No, there isn't. But I like the lines because the line of the panel here and this line are basically parallel. So you know it's like a normal panel gap on a real car. And imagine here in between that there would be axle connectors. You know. Let me just put some on and let's see how it looks. Because I'm curious about if it even works. we're doing this, we're doing all of them. Why do you have to be at the bottom? No. So now the visible panel gap should be a lot smaller. See? Now the panel gap has shrunk quite a bit. Well, I don't know how to mount this. Really, I don't know. Except if it's part of the trunk lid. Then it's fine. Hmm. Yeah. Except if it's part of the trunk lid. Which X? You mean this here? The problem is not fixing it on this side. Here we can do stuff. There's options here. The problem is fixing it on the other side here, because the gap here is not one stud, and I cannot fit anything in here. That's the problem. I need to support this thing from both sides, and sadly there's no 7 stud long L lift arm that I could realistically put under here. Having said that, so let's see. Do we have a realistic chance of mounting this down below? The answer is maybe. just maybe. Not a definitive yes, sadly. Well, I am using some. Okay, this works. This works like that, and now suddenly, because we're not insisting on this measurement, we also have room here for essentially it's a 68 Dodge Charger. Do you see that? Suddenly we have the room. Okay. And then we can fix this underneath. Now, what I'm going to do now is I am going to use the black one, because with the black one I'm now gonna see exactly how this looks. Wait. There we go. See? Nice. This looks nice. Now I need to put this guy on, but this looks nice. Even if I look at it from this side, this looks nice and flush. I mean, it looks as good as we can hope for. I don't think realistically that we can make it much better. It's It's as good as it gets. So that's it for today. It's already been 2 and 3/4 hours, and I think we have done good. That was a really night and day compared to the other side. I mean, again, look at this. Uh, we need to do this inner stuff as well, but look at this, and oh god, so hard. Yeah, let's turn it around. And then look at this mess. This is how this is unchanged from when we began. This is simply disgusting. You can clearly see how much better this side is compared to this side. This is going to be so nice and flush when everything is black, and this is just a cluttered mess. Just a cluttered mess. So I think this looks very good. I really like what we did. You know, just for symmetry's sake. And now we need to move the lights closer together. You know, do something here to the trunk lip, but this is going to happen when we know how the trunk opens and closes, because it's certainly not gonna open and close with these guys. We're gonna have a proper trunk hinge and some springs and stuff like that. So this is pretty good. I'm happy. And compared to the other side, you see how much we actually gained on trunk space, because here everything is built up because of this. Here suddenly a lot of room, and I like that. And it's actually quite a big trunk that we are gonna have. Actually, not bad. Don't know if a wheel will fit in, but I'm happy. It's certainly usable for something, you know. I don't know. And this wall here is just temporary. I just played around with it. It's probably gonna be moved more to the front, to the end of the rear bench, because in the rear car there's actually space here as well. So, and we need it because of the hinges and the springs and all of that. So it cannot be here anyway. So anyway, that's it for today. I need to order a lot of parts. Uh, just in case anybody missed the wheel, the wheel, the door locking mechanism. Basically, this part here slides through these two to the other side, and then it's trapped here, so it cannot move back again. So it's trapped here, and it just simply slides in, and that's it. And the door is closed. You release it with the handle on the inside. Very simple. And that's it. Door is perfectly attached to the car. Doesn't open. I really like what it did. So nice and smooth all the way. Even the trunk here, everything is now really nice. So anyway, that's it for today. I see you on Wednesday in the next stream. I will, of course, till the next stream, I'm going to mirror what we did today here, so that we can continue where we left off, and we can start making the trunk lid, and so the basically the springs, the hinges that are going to be, I don't know, the hinges are going to be like in a real car, you know, like this, you know. The trunk is going to attach to it like this, and then, you know, all the jazz. And of course the lock here, that's going to be probably similar to the door locks, with a release mechanism somewhere. And well, once this is done, then we move to the front of the car. In the front, of course, we have tons of work, but really I want to finish the rear, so that's done. And then, yeah, we can start on the engine and all the other stuff. The openable blinds for the headlights and stuff like that. Anyway, like me on all the social media, follow me. There's where is it? My Patreon, if anybody wants to support me, because this shit costs money. And I already have a basket on Bricklink for 100 euros just for this car, for panels and stuff like that. So yeah, I see you on Wednesday.